Welcome to Public Legal Information. This video will be focusing on COVID-19 and the Ontario Support Action Plan. The Ontario government has provided $3.3 billion to support healthcare, $3.7 billion to support people and jobs, $7 billion in new direct support, and $10 billion to support people and businesses to improve cash flow. Today we have a guest speaker from West Scarborough Community Legal Services with us, who will be discussing the details of this plan.
Hello, my name is Vanessa Murray and I'm a staff lawyer at West Scarborough Community Legal Services. I practice social assistance law. This means I help individuals who have been denied government benefits. I represent them before tribunals and give them legal advice. I assist with Ontario Works and the Ontario Disability Support Program, or ODSP. These are two provincial welfare programs. I also assist with denials of federal benefits, including the Old Age Security, Canada Pension Plan, and the Canada Child Benefit. I'm here today to speak with you about the Ontario government's response to COVID-19 and specifically economic supports they're providing to low-income individuals and families. It's important to keep in mind, however, that we need a response from the federal, the provincial, and the municipal level to respond to this crisis and ensure that vulnerable individuals have enough money to meet their needs at this time. My colleague Reggie has also put together some videos on federal benefits, including the new Canada Emergency Response Benefit, and I recommend these to you as well.
Can you tell us about the Ontario Government Economic Plan? What kind of government assistance may be available to people under this plan?
The government has announced its action plan to respond to COVID-19 in the province. This includes financial measures to support low-income individuals and their families. All families in the province will receive $200 per child up to 12 years old or $250 per child with special needs. We don't have a lot of details at this time how this will roll out, but make sure you have filed your taxes. We hope to see more announcements about money flowing to children in the province, because certainly this is inadequate to meet the growing need for families that are really struggling during this time. For renters and owners of residential property, you should know at this time that there are no evictions. It's very important you continue to pay your rent as you're able to, but if you're late in paying your rent or simply unable to, you cannot be evicted at this time. The province has also suspended time of use energy pricing in recognition that people are spending more time and, of course, therefore using more energy in their homes, and has also expanded eligibility for the Low Income Energy Assistance Program, or LEAP. Please see on my slide information to apply for this program if you live in Scarborough through the Housing Help Centre. During this time period to help out, the City of Toronto, I would also note, is going to be giving a 60-day grace period to pay for property taxes and utilities that you owe to the City of Toronto. With respect to other vulnerable groups, the province has also announced that money will be flowing through to the municipalities as well as Indigenous communities to ensure that they have funding to support those most vulnerable individuals of their communities with expanded access to social assistance and emergency assistance, as well as money to flow through to nonprofits such as shelters and food banks. The province has also announced that it will be doubling gains payments for the next 6 months to help out low-income seniors, and that the province will be waiving collection of OSAP repayments for the next 6 months as well. This is a start, certainly some measures that will be helpful, but we hope to see, as I said, more measures coming to help out low-income individuals, as certainly the need is great and we need to see more commitment from the provincial government on this end.
There are many people on social assistance who are struggling to pay basic bills. What sort of support is available to them during this tough time?
If you're currently on Ontario Works, you're also going to notice some changes because of COVID-19. At this time, files will not be suspended if you're unable to provide income reporting information. So for example, if you have a job and you're not able to get your pay subs to your worker, that's okay. You're going to keep getting your check. But please hold on to that information. You will need to provide it to your worker later. And at that time, they're going to have to do some recalculations. So you should expect that there may be some overpayments or underpayments later on. The enhanced verification process is also on hold, so you won't be called in to do any special audits on your file right now. But again, hold on to any important information because you will be asked to provide it later. You will also not be called in to see your worker for service planning and follow up on your participation requirements. At this time, social distancing is more important and you don't need to worry about going to your participation activities. Unfortunately, because they're really having to focus on their most critical services at this time, Ontario Works also won't be able to process some of the routine applications like the Fair Transit Pass, the Welcome Policy, and the Emergency Energy Fund. To deal with social distancing rules, Ontario Works has also changed their service delivery model, and they're really encouraging you to phone in as much as possible and fax the workers if you need to get in touch with them as well. They have only kept 3 offices open in Toronto, which are really open just for emergency matters, including delivery of checks to individuals who have no other ways to get them. If you live in Scarborough, the local office that will be open is Scarborough Village Employment and Social Services at 3660 Kingston Road, phone number 416-392-2800. For other parts of Toronto, Metro Hall and York Humber are also open. However, it's important to call ahead to these offices if you need to speak to someone urgently and see if your matter is something where you need to go in person. Don't just show up at the office, they'll be busy, and again, social distancing rules are being strictly applied at these offices.
Vanessa, you work with many low-income people and are also involved in advocacy work. From your experience, can you tell us what you think is missing from this plan?
Unfortunately, the social assistance changes that we have discussed simply don't go far enough to respond to the COVID-19 pandemic. Unfortunately, social assistance rates in this province have been woefully inadequate for decades. And now that we have a real financial crisis, we're not going to see people having that same safety net they might have had before of support from family, friends, religious organizations, charitable organizations. So really now we need to call on the government to be that safety net and ensure that it is really providing individuals with a decent living wage. One concrete change that the government could put in place in addition to increasing the rates is to look at the new Canada Emergency Response Benefit and make sure that it's only deducted at the rate of 50% off a social assistance check, which is the same as earned income. Unfortunately, right now, employment insurance benefits are deducted at a rate of 100%. So we would ask that both this and the CERB be deducted at a rate of 50%, which would really help out low-income individuals who lose their jobs. During this time, we also would suggest that overpayments not be recovered from active benefits, but also that if there are some issues with income that's not been reported properly during the COVID-19 pandemic, that overpayments not later be assessed for this time, which would really hurt people who are trying to get back on their feet. Lastly, we would suggest that there are quite a few people in this province who have children who unfortunately do not qualify for the Canada Child Benefit, and that social assistance needs to step up and fill in this gap and make sure that these families have adequate financial supports during this time.
Finally, is there anything else you would like to say to anyone who has been affected by COVID-19?
Thank you for taking the time today to watch this video. Please note it was recorded on March 31st, 2020, and that information is changing rapidly. I am therefore providing you with some additional resources to make sure you have access to the most up-to-date information. For my policy analysis today, I relied on information from the Income Security Advocacy Centre. You can also check out the websites of the City of Toronto, the Province of Ontario, and the Canadian Government to get the most up-to-date information on their response to COVID-19 and benefits you might qualify for. You can also call 311 to find out about local City of Toronto benefits and resources you might qualify for. If you need legal assistance because you've been denied any government benefits, you can contact your local community legal clinic. West Scarborough Legal Services serves clients living from Vic Park to Midland. You can call our intake line at 416-285-4460. Please note our office is currently closed to seeing clients. However, if you call us, we will call you back and assist you through remote services. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to this channel for more legal information. Stay home and stay informed.